Whiskey world is smaller place. Now, if you want to be one of the gang, it's going to cost you £25. But what do we get for £25, my friend? Can you show us what's in this box?
Absolutely, it's magic box. We get a Glencairn glass with 1775 whiskey branded on it. You'll get, this is wrapped just now, you get a 50 ml of whiskey, you might see it there. And the tasting notes are sellotaped out so you can enjoy what we're getting.
It's a special one.
And this is a temporary card just now, but the cards will be similar to this, which are made of oak. Everyone's individually numbered.
It's sustainability.
Absolutely, you get different wee bits and pieces. The whisky flavour map that we always talk about, and some old Scots words. And I see one here which was added to it without my permission. Is Tatty Peel, a bald-headed man with whisky knowledge. Wrong.
Well, of course it kind of is, but also the Planting in the Oak Tree for sustainability. We want you to come and be part of us. We want you to drive the club forward. Have some fun, have a great time, learn a lot of knowledge, pass a lot on.
And the benefits and discounts. Lots of places join us where you'll get discounts for food, discounts for hired things, various different things that you can do. Graham will give you food here, I'll give you discounts on tours, lots of things that's going to benefit you as a member of 1775 Whisky Passport.
Excellent. And all we're going to say, Tatty Peel, Slange.
What?
Live.
Now.
Now.
Hey! Good evening, everybody! And a very warm welcome to the 1775 Whisky Passport. And we are coming live from here.
The centre of the universe.
Which is White Craig.
Is it?
Yes.
White Craig, the centre of the universe.
Well, it's better than McMurray.
At this time, McMurray anyway. I got evicted.
He got evicted. He got evicted from McMurray. So a warm welcome to everybody to the 1775 Whisky Passport. It's the 23rd of April.
2021.
2021, and the weeks are moving on, and soon the fine establishments will be back open again, so we can be drinking and frequenting the watering holes of wherever the closest it is. So you'll be down the road there at the Tyneside.
In the road.
But didn't go in because they'll no buy you a drink. Absolutely.
We can't go into the 17th of May anyway.
Have you not got a beer garden?
It's in the beer garden.
It's in the beer garden, but you still don't buy a drink. But anyway, on the left-hand side here, we've got AKA Tatty Peel or Neil Forbes, the man that would use the same tea bag for about 2 weeks. He would steal the sugar out your granny's tea, and if you've ever went into his house...
My own granny's tea.
His own granny's tea. And if you ever go into his house, what he does is he collects the McDonald's sauce sachets and puts it into his bottle because he's that tight-fisted.
Now, he's talking bullshit because I didn't go to McDonald's. I've not been at McDonald's for 35 years.
Yeah, it was
so there you go. So I just made it up.
But anyway, he keeps all his stuff because he expects the fashion to come back round again.
That's true.
So I don't know if he showed you his penny farthing, but anyway, it's got a flat tire. So, and then of course behind the camera, who have we got?
GZ.
Nanu, the great technician.
Internet king.
That's it. Yeah. Well, anyway.
Is that the porn king?
I was going to say that. I still didn't have my blooming. I still didn't have anything up here, Greg. But you're fired.
Every week it's the same. No, they blame each other.
Not fired every week.
That's it. That's it. But anyway, lovely to see you, folks. I'll have a wee shifty in a second to see who's dialed in. But if you're online, if you can like us, love us. Well, me anyway. Not him. Share us. Go into YouTube and like us.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Comment.
Yeah.
Comment.
Nice comments.
I like to see the comments. I like the comments. Yeah.
That's it.
I spend my Saturday morning looking through the comments and all the secret comments between you and your pal.
There we go. We've got one comment.
One comment.
Somebody's scared. Anyway, right, folks must be no dialing in. Hey, just a wee warm welcome as well to Andrew Proctor, one of the newest members to the club. Pork Chop delivered the package to him today, so that was good. And we had a few other folk birthdays coming up Monday.
Callum Clark. You should, by the time you watch this, Callum, you'll see your birthday present, membership for Whisky Passport. So hopefully you join us very soon. And Jack Fisher's not on birthday, but he's just another new member who will be dialing in very shortly.
That's it. And very warm welcome. And
Avril Reid, first time. Avril Reid, because there's been a nightmare getting Avril's whiskey to her.
Yep.
But I'm not going to go into the details of it. It was the courier's fault. It was everybody else's fault apart from yours.
That's it.
Hopefully Avril, Gregor's has sent you the link to join us on YouTube and look forward to enjoying the show and enjoying the whiskies with us this evening.
That's it. I'm just seeing who we've got here. We've got Jamie Thorne up there, Pennycook, Alex, there we go, Philip Thorne, there we go, Jamie's dad, James McDonald, good, brother Pingle up there in Bonnerick, Susan Allen, there you go, the team's there, and Stephen Johnston, good to see you, and I'm sure I've seen your uncle kicking about somewhere. David Moorhead's there. Oh, we've got Meno the Mano. Mike LaRue's in from Canada.
Oh, Mike's in for Canada.
We thought you'd forgot who we were.
Aye, aye. I thought he was in lockdown. Well, I thought he was in jail, actually, to be honest.
Probably pokeyed away. Michael Kelman there. Good evening, Mike. And Brian Johnston's getting all excited. Do you know why he's getting all excited?
The Octomore. Oh, no.
Green apples.
No,
and then, of course, we've got Goran over and Sweden.
Yeah, good to see you, Goran.
That's it. And then the latecomers will be coming in. But anyway, and my brother from another mother. Oh, first rate ladies here. Stand to attention, First Lady.
She didn't even answer the door to me yesterday.
Oh, she must have known it was you.
I had to phone her to get herself back home to collect that parcel.
Oh, naughty.
Right.
That's it. Jim Barry, there's a drip in the roof. And Graham Nichol, one of our members who's not been keeping well. I was up seeing him today, so we wish you all the best, bud. Speedy recovery, all the best. But thanks for dialing in tonight. So, Tatty Peel, what bits and balls do we have tonight?
Well, I think we've got 3 amazing whiskies tonight. I've had a nose at some of them just before we came on. And we've got an Oban Little Bay. Oban's West Highland on the coast there. The standard Oban 14-year-old's a fantastic whiskey. Really good. And I think it's one of the real openers into peaty smoky whiskies, because you get a wee bit salt, a wee bit peat in that, then you get a Talisker, then you can hit an Islay, which we're going to do the day anyway. Then, those of you who have watched the show for long enough, we've got an Inchmurrin. That's the wrong one, Graham. Somebody's put the wrong bottle out. It's a Madeira wood finish. Graham has actually got a peated collection, but don't you worry about that. No, we have it somewhere. But that's it's great when you're organised. It's great, but it's an Inchmurrin Madeira wood finish is number 2 today. We'll get the bottle somehow in the next minute or two. We'll do that one, and we're going to finish off with an expensive one this week, or this month rather, is an Octomore 10.1 from Bruichladdich. And there's a lot of ppms, peat per million in this one. I'll tell you about that when you get there. That's very expensive and quite a rare, because we had to order it differently, because we get a couple of 2 or 3 bottles, but you're only allowed 1 bottle per customer to buy that sort of thing, because it's a quite exclusive whiskey. So we've managed to get it, so hopefully enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it, because I've heard so much about Octomore and I've never actually tasted it.
Have you not? No, I've had a few bottles over the pubs. First Lady says, it's okay, Neil, I missed you on purpose. Scotty Watson, evening gents, and Douglas Stephen asking when we're open again. The market's going to be open a week today on the Friday. James McDonald, Stuart Live TV, not as good. Yes. I was on TV the day. Yes. Kevin, Crazy Kev, how's the hat? Did you give him his hat? I
gave him his hat. He never tried it on for me to get a photograph. Coward.
You need to get your pictures, folks. Ping them in so we can put them in the charity thing on Wednesday. But anyway, and David Moorhead, there we go. Casket's lovely. Anyway, right. So, what other things have we got coming up in the future, Neil, before we get stuck in about it?
We've got the Whisky Show on the 3rd of October. We're hoping to go down the 1st or the 2nd. It's your own choice. We've been able to put a package together. It's going to be 3 nights in the Thistle Hotel in Bloomsbury on a room-only basis, because Blake will not be at his bed to get a breakfast, but some of us will be up early enough. So 3 nights in the Thistle, Bloomsbury, including the train from Edinburgh down to King's Cross, return, and that's going to come in at £350 per person. That's sharing. I think it's about £120 on top of that if you want a single occupancy room, because I need that for myself, because I don't sleep very well.
I better not say it.
I didn't snore.
But yes, you didn't want to be sharing the room with the old Tatty Peel.
Absolutely. So yeah, £350. Get yourself in there. It's £100, £98 for the
$97.50, but for pre-early.
GB guys for the SLT are coming along, and we're going to hit Fuller's Brewery. We're going to do a gin distillery visit. So we've got lots planned. It's optional if you want to do it. Just add on if you want to come along. If not, just enjoy your beers in London. The Whisky Show, fantastic value for money. Honestly, £100. There's thousands of whiskies. You can wander around all day, and we've done it, and you can get a nice taste of whiskey. We'll leave it at that.
Absolutely.
Some of us to my right-hand side fell off his seat in the Indian restaurant, if you remember the last time. Hey,
that was it. Somebody spiked my drink. This Wednesday, the 28th, we've got a charity night. As you know, that we do a lot for charity. We do stuff for Rotaries and help out. And this one is on Wednesday. It's for the Benevolent Society, which is a licensed trade charity. Kicks off at an earlier time of 7:30. It's through the same mediums. If you wish to watch, and if you wish to participate, if you send me a wee hello, and I'll send you the link to pay. It's £20. It is sponsored, so that's why it's the value is by Diageo. So that's 7:30. We'll still be hosting, and we'll be giving it the banter. So that's that. And then finally,
for whiskies, I might have to get a driver.
Oh, I know, driving crazy. Well, you can definitely join in, because the pub can be open outside. But anyway, enough of that. And then the 6th of November is our whiskey tasting, but we'll get back to that later. Did we find that bottle, Tatty Peel?
No.
I think it's probably been mixed up with some of these things
it's
here.
An Inchmurrin Madeira would finish anyway. We'll find the bottle anyway. So we're going to start the tasting anyway. We'll just get used. We had a spare pack this week. It hadn't been sold. So number one is an Oban Little Bay. Oban's owned by Diageo Distillery. And Little Bay is an expression, I think, was first started in 2005. They've done a few expressions over the piece. The distillery is literally in the centre of Oban. If you've never been there, worth a visit. Oban's a great town, as is the distillery, a fantastic old distillery. It's just behind that camera, gave me the V signs. It dates away back to, I think, 1794, 1795, or you even forgot the flavour map the day. It's so organised. You sneak that in behind it.
Well, it was the pour-up hand that said, we've got some people that assist us here, and some of them have been sleeping the day, haven't they, Tatty Peel?
Absolutely. I'm not blaming Alan. I blamed them 2 weeks ago. So anyway, Oban Little Bay, as I say, it's an expression from Oban Diageo. It looks really nice. It's a wee bit darker than what we would normally have for the opening whiskey. You see, I like to go through the flavour map a wee bit with that, just to keep getting the flavours. But this is a wee bit sherry matured. It's a bit darker, but hey-ho, because in 4 weeks' time, we've got some surprise for you. In fact, no, it's next month, 4 weeks tonight.
Yeah,
surprise. There's no real smoky ones, but I've got an absolute cracker.
Belter.
Absolute cracker for the last one, and a great expensive one we'll tell you about later on. So the Oban Little Bay. And you know, Oban, I thought it was a massive distillery. I thought the volume they were doing was what Glenkinchie does with 2.7 million litres now. I thought Oban done 3-4 million. Mm-hmm. They do less than a million. It's right. Actually small, and it's one of their classic malts, which I'm quite surprised at.
Because I like it as a dram. Is it not the first distillery that was in a town, or it was in? I mean, obviously we could say about Campbelltown, but this is right in the heart. You've
never been to Glenkinchie before? Or Peaston Bank, as it's properly called.
Oh, down the road there? Aye.
Well, the distillery right in the middle of Peaston Bank. It must be at least 30 years.
But I mean, it's been more against next to the river. You know, that's what I was getting at.
In the town. It's just on a wee sort of hill at the top of the town. I think it probably would. I don't know in these days. Were you about in 1794?
No, but I know somebody that was. With his penny farthing.
I'll tell you, the night I feel like it. So anyway, Little Bay. We have a quick look at it. You'll see the darker colour, the double matured. I'm not quite sure what the ABV of that is.
Is it 46 or 43?
43.
43.
But you get the darker colour, which is giving us the notes of the sherry. Should come along there. Have a quick look at the legs.
Oh, we like the legs.
The light's pretty funny, isn't it?
I know. The shininess coming off of your bald nugget.
Is that what it is? And you'll have a look at the legs coming down there. They're actually quite slow, as I say. Normally we prefer lighter, more delicate for the first one. But hey-ho. Why keep to the habits? If you always do what you've always done, you always get what you always had.
Oh, there's Mr. Smith in, by the way. So,
the legs there. So on the flavour map, a quick nose at it. That's a nice nose.
That's a cracking nose.
It really is. No smoke in it. So on the flavour map, let's have a wee look, Graham.
All right, here's the flavour map I prepared earlier.
One I prepared earlier. It's
been here for ages.
It's quite an interesting one because it's a bit darker. But right away, it's quite fruity as well. There's a fair bit of fruit there, so it's coming at the delicate side. But
somebody's shouting fruitcake at me. Yeah, I think he's talking about you.
We had Stillman. The half feeling.
Oh, well,
it's coming across to the rich side, the Tatty Peel side,
the
wealthy side, you know. But into the delicate goes quite a lot of fruit just in the first nose. Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.
It's a pleasure. On the nose, the first thing you get is some citrus there.
Mmm.
There's vanilla. So I would say it's just a sherry finish as opposed to the maturation. And I reckon about 18 months, a year to 18 months about the finish. But in the citrus, it's orange. I'm getting orange peel there. No tatty peel. No, I can't know what's coming.
Susan Allen's saying you've got nice legs.
Aye. I've got raw legs.
How can you see his legs from back there?
You've been watching, Susan. You get a bit of honey. I'm trying to think. There's caramel there, but it's the honey, caramel, a wee bit vanilla, which is quite rare to get them all together. It's really fruity, red berries. I'm getting strawberries, raspberries, cherry, maraschino cherries.
All right, okay.
Not
that Rangers player.
No, I didn't mention his name anymore. A wee drop nuts as well, quite nutty. And the nuts comes behind the fruit. I'm getting a lot of fruit first. I don't know what anybody else thinks. Put your comments in there. Really, it was fruity. It was orangey, citrus, vanilla, honey. The berries, strawberries, even cherry.
Any other kind of fruit?
But the nuts are coming through. No.
What about dried?
Well, I suppose you get a bit sultanas there, yeah.
Touch of milky coffee.
What is he on? He's not got a clue. Milky coffee. You didn't take coffee with milk in your coffee.
I know.
You take it black, so what do you get what milky coffee tastes like?
When I was a lad. Touch of nuts.
There's certain nuts there. I can get the nuts. But again, it's quite surprising.
Susan's asked to see your legs. When you see them in November.
Aye. The fruit is the first hit you get from the nose. Then it's a bit nutty. The honey coming through behind the fruit. It's quite unusual. But nice. Nice nose, lovely nose.
Lovely.
Slange.
Somebody thinks they're getting some form of apples on it.
Nice in the
That's
palate.
a nice eye.
That's really smooth, really smooth, sweet, zesty orange, and then like the marmalade. And when you talk about the apples, I got nothing on the nose, but on the palate we've got green apples.
There you go.
You get them. Granny Smith. It's actually quite a sour
nice.
Green apple in that one.
Nice.
Spices. The nuts there. It's like almonds coming through now on the palate. Spices, a bit cloves. Minty.
I'm getting a chopped mint earlier on.
Yep. Take a second mouthful. You'll get the mint coming through in the second mouthful more. It was quite late in the finish. In the first sip, but the second sip, it's actually quite minty. It's like a mouthwash, almost like a minty mouthwash. That's lovely. Really rich in the fruit. You're getting the sultanas, the dry fruit now, the Christmas cake, the sherry.
I like Oban. I'm going to say Oban 14. I go to the Navarre and Pennycook, and that's one of the ones they have behind the bar, and that's what I'll drink. That's the Oban 14. It's nice.
I always say when I do my tours and with tourists coming in, is a standard.
A what?
A standard.
No, before that, what did you say?
Tourists coming in.
What is that?
Oh, look at the legs separated as you drop into it.
Separating legs. Listen,
separating. Not spreading legs. Separate. The oil's separate. The legs are not. The oil separating, so they're quite oily, quite rich. As I say, it was coming to the rich side, the tatty peel side of the centre line on the flavour mat, and it just balances out there. Really, I love to see the oil separating when you put a touch of water, and it just opens the flavour, and it just verifies what we say in the industry. Back to
I was just looking to see if Martin Innes is on, but I don't see him.
He'll be asleep probably.
Well, I seen the garage was open when I drove past earlier on. It's not like I'm just.
They'll be in the back garden and the gin or something like that. Fell asleep in the sun.
Aye.
Back on the nose, you're getting the citrus orange coming through. Softer red berries, more strawberry than raspberry, because I think raspberries are richer. The nuts are coming through. Yeah, honey, nice and sweet honey.
It's a good day.
Yeah, a touch of water. Yeah. It really softens it. The nose on it without the water was excellent anyway.
Yeah.
But I think it just really softens it. And again, just opens up the flavours, opens everything.
Very easily drinking whiskey, isn't it? Remember, folks, don't drink all your whiskey in a winner. Please drink responsibly.
on the palate. Even
It's nice, yeah.
Coming through, the green apples are really there.
Green apples!
Really prominent with a touch of water in it. Orange zesty, cloves. I'm getting the mint, yeah. It's like an aftertaste, that mint. It's quite bizarre. It's like a mint leaf as opposed to anything.
That's what I'm saying, chopped mint earlier on.
He's getting there. Of course, the cocktail king, you know, the mojito king, or whatever the case would be.
Talking about, remember tequila whiskey, Cass? Remember we talked about somebody launched one last week.
Aye.
I meant to tell you.
Right,
I can't remember who or what, but what's this? This will be the fad, you know.
Aye. It's funny, talk about mojitos. I remember being in Skopje in Macedonia and had 14 mojitos for my lunch in a Scotland game.
Oh, that's good.
We had to take the match in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I can't remember much about it. We got beat, if I remember correctly.
Beat up.
But no, Oban Little Bay, I think that is a really nice whiskey. As Graham says, the Oban 14-year-old is a standard expressions. Really good whiskey. It's a great starter whiskey. I always go to Balvenie Double Wood if I'm recommending one, but Oban's probably my second or third protocol for newcomers to whiskey, and particularly people who want to try and get into the peaty, because there's not a lot of peat, just a hint of smoke, but salty, and you get all the aromas and flavours off a mild Islay. But that certainly gets the seal approval, GB. Like that one.
We've got Goran over there. He's liking it a bit different with the water. The First Lady, she's saying definitely apples and mint are really nice. Yeah. I'm glad I never opened the door up to Tattytail. Crazy Kevin saying spicy fruits with his warm hat on.
You can, Kevin, I gave you the wrong box. I gave you last fortnight's box. You never even noticed.
And Stephen Johnston's loving it. Menno, he prefers it without water. Well, that's it. Michael Kelman giving it a 92/93 out of 100.
Michael Kelman.
Michael, remember the one that forgets his packs?
Yeah, so remember this pack.
He's remembered this pack.
Well done, Michael.
He got his missus to pick them up.
That's 3 or 4 times in the trot he's actually picked them up. Well done, Michael. Proud of you. Proud of you. No, it is a wonderful whiskey. I agree with Michael. It's great.
Susie Ennis has been here, been allowed out of the garage, enjoying the whiskey. Right, that's fine. Well, just because you've got started, Martin, just so you know there, bud. Okay.
Martin, you're a bit late. We've drunk it all.
That's it.
A bit late.
Right, but better late than never.
Absolutely.
We were missing you.
No, I do like that. That is
a cracking
really nice expression. I think it's £53, £54 a bottle. You know, it's not cheap. But you know, at that range where we're trying to fit in all the time, at the minimum £50 bottle sort of thing, it works in perfectly, and it's a really nice whiskey.
I was going to say it's been a special occasion just now. We've got a friend in Sweden that's actually having a whiskey with us, the same whiskey as what we're tasting. So he got the pack, and it's his first time that he's actually enjoyed it properly and officially.
Goran, so it will be,
we're liking
John got them over to you, even though one got burst in the transit. Yeah, but no, I'm pleased, and hopefully you'll enjoy the Octomore.
Yeah,
enjoy the banter, and well, I was going to say laughs, but break is on. There's no laughs.
That's it.
Number 2, we've actually found the bottle. Which it's empty again. Look at this. It's an Inchmurrin, which is Loch Lomond anyway, but it's one of the expressions. We have had the Inchmurrin before. Inchmurrin is an island in the middle of Loch Lomond. And this is a Madeira wood finish. As I said before, still one of my best expressions, even though there's a lot of great going on, is the Edredauer Madeira finish. They've stopped making it now. Without a word of lie, if anybody's tasted it before, put it in the comments, because 20 minutes, a good 20-25 minutes after having it, the sweetness, you get the dryness, you get the fruits, but just the floral sweetness is still in your gullet. 20 minutes after it, I think it's one of the best whiskies I've ever had. Absolutely amazing. So when I saw this online, I thought we're going to try. Was it Darren? We've done a Madeira. We've done a couple of Madeira. So anytime I see Madeira wood finish, anybody knows of anybody else that does a Madeira wood finish, let me know, because I'll buy it and we'll taste it.
You'll buy it.
I have the power of I didn't even have the power of the card, because the buggers didn't trust me. I picked the whiskey and I put the card details in, and Gregor's has got to authorise it. They didn't even trust me to do that. So hey-ho, that's fine.
Douglas Stevens wants us to start at the Oban distillery and get the ferry down to the Loch Lomond distillery. Well, that would be a right booze cruise, that.
There's only certain days of the week it operates, so Douglas, I've got 6 American clients coming over in August, and that's what I wanted to do with them, because we're staying in Oban for a night. But on the way down, we can't get the ferry because it's the next day, and a tight schedule because the flight back to the States. So having to drive down to
the Loch Lomond.
No Loch Lomond, to Butte in the Butte, back of Campbelltown.
All right.
Kilkerran.
Yeah.
Kilkerran.
Aye.
So I happen to get the ferry from there, but it's twice as far, and I just love the ferry. So yeah, that would be a great trip, and it's maybe worth us considering. Just a drive up to Oban via wherever. Loch Lomond, we can do it.
As long as you buy Neil a drink, you'll be there. As long as you buy me
a drink, aye. We can do that and get the ferry down, and one way down there, cut across back to Kilkerran and home.
Boom.
I like that idea. It's something food for thought. Right, number 2. Loch Lomond. It's a relatively new distillery. It's older than me, being born in 1965. A lot older than me. The silence there. Ish, approximately. And it's now owned by, it's a Loch Lomond group.
Yeah.
It's now owned by Hill House Capital, I think it is, who, and people tell me that there's no money in whiskey. I'm not going to go into the politics of it all, but I've had a few discussions recently, and they tell me there's no money in whiskey. Single malt Scotch whiskey doesn't make any money. Well, why is every worldwide country buying our distilleries? Because this Hill House Capital is actually based in Singapore.
I can't believe it.
They're a Singapore company, so they're all buying into whiskey.
It's like,
and it's great because, whilst it's still, I always say it's a cottage industry the way it's made, but the marketing side of it is worldwide, and it's only through Diageo's and people like Hill House and Pernod Ricard, all these sort of people. We're getting the worldwide stage.
We're talking about the Glen Turret. The French, the glass company,
the French Swiss, as well,
the Swiss.
So really, we've got to look at the fact that it does give us a worldwide audience, sort of thing, almost like Whiskey Passport.
It is.
Yeah, we've got Americans, we've got Sweden, we've got Trinent,
we've got
Pennycook.
Aye, we've got it all.
Jack Fisher was on, even McMurray would be represented. Oh, Jesus, McMurray.
Senator.
It's 40 years this year I've been out of there.
He's been kicked out of McMurray for 40 years.
40 years in June.
Oh,
anyway, right.
Whoa.
Inchmurrin, as I say, it's an island in Loch Lomond distillery. I've never been to the distillery. It's one I've got to go, and when I've got the same American doctors, we're staying at Drimmen for the last night before the flight home. So I think we might be a wee visit to Loch Lomond there, because I have been enjoying their whiskies. The standard 12-year-old expression, not the best in the world, but it's all right. But the Inchmurrin, the peaty one, the other Inchmurrin, I can't remember what it was. It was a sherry cask or port cask or something.
Port cask, I think.
It was some darker European oak. It was lovely. So when I saw this, I thought I've got to have the Madeira. And the colour on it is actually darker than a lot of the Madeiras. Question, GB.
Yes, Your Honour.
What country owns Madeira?
I would say Portugal.
Well done.
Hello.
You'll not get this one though. What's the capital of Madeira?
Oh, Madeira.
First to put that on gets a dram.
Oh,
there you go. First to put that on, the capital, without Googling, because I'll ken if you've Googled if you get it so quickly.
I'll know it when she's telling me it.
Yeah, I'll tell you in a minute. Right, Madeira Woods. It's a wine, Madeira wine. It's owned by Portugal down in the Atlantic there. So it's a nice sweet wine, lovely colour. I'm really liking the colour.
Yeah.
The legs, I'm sorry, the lights are. I can't dig where you go to see the legs. They're quite slow. Nice thick legs. That's not a million miles away from the Oban Little Bay. This is my whiskey. Right, on the flavour map.
Yeah.
No smoke. This is a difficult one to plot actually. I'm actually going to put it right up the halfway line up here. There's not as much fruit as what was in Oban.
Yeah.
But I would say it's on the same richness. Not as dark in colour, but rich. When you look at the legs and on the nose, it's really rich. But under the halfway line, heading towards the delicate, a wee bit of citrus in it, a wee bit orange. Plums, actually.
Plums.
Yeah, plums. But the walnuts, the nuts and the almonds coming through there. Toffee. Oh, that's just wonderful. That is a fantastic nose. I'm getting a wee bit sort of sulphur coming through it, which is you never used to get in the edge of it. It was smoother. But I don't think it's a very old whiskey. You know?
No.
It's unaged.
For some reason, I was thinking it's 12, but it's not 12 because that
was the standard. It's 46% ABV, but it's really, really nice. A wee bit of fruit coming through now, Graham.
Fruity, little beauty.
Top of the citrus is very sweet.
Yeah.
It's a sweet lime. Nice lime juice coming in there.
What about a peel? Tatty peel?
No.
No potato peel in this, laddie.
A wee drop wee drop dried fruit, some raisins. But it's not getting the Christmas cake. I'm not getting that sort of strength, dryness off the Oban Little Bay. It's not as sweet, but that is a lovely aroma. Lovely nose coming off that. Really, toffee, orange, lime, and the citrus. Again, it's two back-to-back, some plums and...
It's funny. I'm thinking, what whiskey is this they're talking about? And then it dawned on me, it was the capital of Madeira. What's it, Funchal or something?
Funchal.
Funchal.
Who got it?
Oh, Christ, I reckon him.
Who was first off?
Graham Blakey wins the dram. Second was Neil the Tatty Peel Forbes.
Oh, perfect. Right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. It was a good try. Good try.
Yeah. Let's see who's the first. I think maybe I've seen David Moorhead there, David Pringle, Mike LaRue. Well, what we'll do is we'll split it up for you.
Aye. We've got a 50 mil between 12 of you.
15 of you, aye.
No, we'll find out, because I'll check it tomorrow and we'll find out and we'll look after you.
You'll have to come and pick it up though.
You've got to come and collect it. And you've got to prove that you didn't use Google.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go. Right, where were we? We've had a nose. Right. We've got a wee taste. Slange. Oh.
I'm liking that. It's got a bit.
Now a bite to that. You get the lime zest coming through now. Really, really dry, biscuity, but the nuts are coming through. It's not like the other Madeiras I've had. It's a lot drier. Walnuts, Brazil nuts. I'm getting all that.
I like a nice Brazilian myself.
No comment. Toffee and the citrus orange is a bit lime. The citrus orange is again like that sort of dark, rich marmalade you get. Or just something, I can't put my finger on it, but we're going to try that with water, Graham. There's just something like sulphury. It's a bit harsh for a Madeira finish for me.
Mike LaRue says he wants a full bottle sent. We'll send you one if the Flyers win the Stanley Cup. How's that, Mike? Or maybe you'll send us one to celebrate.
Wee touch of water. Look at the legs, though. The legs are they're lighter than you suspect. With a touch of water in it. On the nose. Now, what a different nose. I like the nose better than the palate last time. But you're getting the raisins, the walnuts, the almonds, Brazil nuts. They're really, really nutty.
Nuts, hazelnuts.
Nice citrus orange. It really, really did soften it. Just that couple of drops of water. We taste. That's night and day.
That is.
Wow. That's perfect. Absolutely fabulous. Really, really good with the water in it. Just the 2-3 drops of water literally just opens up the oranges, the marmalade, the lime coming through. The nuts are not as dry. That sulphur's gone. Sweeter, smoother. I'm getting the sultanas now. Plum, raisins. That's fabulous.
That's a nice. Really,
doesn't quite hit the spot like the Edredour Madeira because that seems to be a bit sweeter. But I think this is a younger whiskey. I would suspect it'll be 10, 12 year old. It'll not be much more than that. But the Madeira coming through, I'm getting the wine, the richness of the wine coming through as well, the sweetness on the palate. Remember I said about the Edredour? 20 minutes later,
it's still there. You can still tang it away.
As I'm talking, it's getting sweeter and sweeter.
The first lady's liking that. Liking that. David Moorhead's on about the 5 Flyers, because I said the Flyers, the Philadelphia Flyers. 5 Flyers, because there's a lot of fly folk from Fife, isn't there? But I was a Murrayfield Racers guy. Me and Port Chuck used to go and see Murrayfield Racers, which changed to the Capital Ice Hockey. Great Sunday night out, anyway. Susan Allen's Sweeter with Water. Talking about your legs again, I think.
Oh, I'm sweet without water. But the last one to say that to me was my mother, right enough, and she's been dead 30 years, so no, I like that. That certainly gets the seal of approval.
Why didn't you try it for once?
No, I did do it.
Okay. Well,
go on then, get the seal of approval.
I'm going to stop doing it. If he doesn't do it...
Well, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to half.
Right, he's going in the half.
Okay, right. Okay.
Shall we do it? One together. 1, 2, 3.
Right, no, definitely it's a seal of approval. Love it. Why do you bother? Oh, you don't bother. But those of you who are tasting it with us tonight, you'll get that sweetness. It's a bit of dry sweetness coming through, but really, really sweet. I'm really enjoying that. Really enjoying that. But I did like the Little Bay. So what am I doing?
Right. You're going to give me the useless fact.
Not done that for weeks.
I know.
I gave you useless fact, the capital of Madeira.
No, everybody else gave us the thing.
Oh, well, I challenged
Who's the most famous person that comes from Madeira?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's
There
it,
you go.
correct. Aye. Who's the second most famous person that comes from Madeira?
His mother.
And the third most famous person?
His illegitimate son.
Oh, what's his son's name? Junior Ronaldo.
I don't know.
I doesn't know. Mr. Smarty Pants. Who mentioned Neil's legs? Yep, exactly, Susan. She's talking about your legs again.
Aye.
David Moorhead's on about Ronaldo. Anyway.
As long as Dave Moorhead's not talking about my legs. Right, anyway, Octomore.
Yes.
Octomore. Isla.
Big Daddy.
This is the real devil for all you smokeheads out there. We've looked at it a few times, but until we actually agreed that we're going to put the price up to £45, because you can't get an Octomore under 100, 120, 140,
yeah,
£50. It's quite expensive. It's I think it's done by Brew Claddie. Who owns Brew Claddie again? I can't remember.
Remember we had Joanne back on.
Yes, Joanne
last year or something like that.
She's a marketing manager. Or,
Yeah.
But Octomore is Brew Claddie. They do the Port Charlotte, the Brew Claddie, classic laddie, which is nice and fruity. I remember the pineapple grapefruit. That's a real nice.
Yeah.
And when I keep telling people, those of you who's watched us, about the regions of drinking whiskey in Scotland, ignore that, because Brew Claddie, the classic laddie, and Bunnahabhain, the Ulster Isla, is definitely the fruity ones. And when you get a lot of American guys and that, some only like Isla, you give them a Brew Claddie, they don't like it. They don't believe you it's an Isla. But even when you show them a Octomore against a Brew Claddie, let them taste it, and it's the same distillery.
Yes.
It's they're quite strange. So Brew Claddie, the classic laddie, is about 70% of their output, I think, 60%, and I'm sure it's about 30% of the Port Charlotte, which we've tasted a couple of Port Charlottes. They're really
I
nice.
I like a Port Charlotte.
Octomore is the real outlandish one, if for the want of a better phrase. They only do about 10% of their output is Octomore, and it really is heavy peat. Now, I think the strongest we've tasted so far is about 40-45 ppms. This Octomore 10.1, it's a very young whisky, but those of you who know whiskies and buy whiskies, younger Isla whiskies are actually more expensive than the 12, 14, 15-year-olds now, because they're only doing it for limited edition. So this is only a 5-year-old, believe it or not, but really heavy peat, and it's 107 ppms. So it's nearly 3 times what we've tasted on the smoke before. So those of you smoke, it's a lovely bottle.
Martin, can you
Martin
see
will
that?
see it. It's colourblind. It's
right,
colourblind.
okay.
He'll not see that pink bottle.
Right, there you go. Aye. Pink.
Oh, it's pink. I must be colourblind then. So 107 ppms, really repeated, but there's lots behind it as far as I'm understanding. There'll be lots behind it. It doesn't just blow your mouth off with smoking peat. And no, I think we've explained before, but those of you guys who it maybe gets to 110, 120, 40, whatever, and the Port Charlotte sits about 40 to 50 ppms. It's not the amount of peat they put in to the malting process. It's the amount of time they actually spend with pumping the smoke in. So if they do it slower and longer, it becomes peatier actually over the piece.
Slower and longer.
Slower and longer. Yeah, you'll know about
short
that.
and quick.
No. So it makes it a bit peatier, and that's what it is. There is obviously an element of the volume as well, but it's just how they do it. And I just think it's great. And when I tell a lot of people on my tours, it's not actually an ingredient; it's just the smoke at the malting process, how it sits in that grain, it gets crushed into the grist. It goes into the mash tun. It gets boiled up to 85 degrees centigrade. It ferments with yeast for 3-4 days. Gets its backside boiled off for 4-6 hours twice in the still house. Sits in a wooden cask for 5 years, 16 years in Lagavulin case, and that peat's still there. And that's all. It's just smoke drawn into it during that process.
There's a couple of distilleries that actually let you go in to the, putting the peat in, and it's, it's like a massive fireplace, and it's behind it, and it's really impressive. It's pretty cool to go in and see.
The old-fashioned kilns, or some of them do. A lot of that's still automated.
Absolutely. And what water have we been using tonight?
Oh, we're using the Macar water from the Isle of Lewis. Michael,
our compadre.
Yeah, and it was great. Michael, we got a nice link. We've got to promote the Macar water next week on Facebook. Those of you who are buying direct debit will be getting a wee bottle. You got a bottle, I'm sure, for today.
Yeah,
it's it does go really, really well with single malt whiskey, and I think it's just something that we're working in partnership with them. Michael and his wife Sarah. Are kindly giving us that free of charge, so we can put it out to you. So let's all try and support Macar water as well.
He's been kind enough to support the sponsor the water for Wednesday's charity event as well. So they've all got that in. So every wee bit helps, doesn't it? It spins round. So
and I'm a great believer in Scotland has the best tap water in the world. But I always say never pour it into your whiskey at the tap. Let's set it on a jug first. But the Macar water is absolutely wonderful. It really complements the single malt. So thanks, Michael and Sarah, for supporting us and helping us from there. So Octomore, we've got to have a look at the colour. Lovely pale, only American oak. American oak, believe it or not, the cask that you use here, do you know what cask they use?
Barrel types cask.
Wooden, they're wooden.
They're wooden.
But it's actually Jim Beam. They use Jim Beam casks for theirs. Yeah.
Jim Beam was tied in with Bowmore. Right, same company.
Yeah, they use Jim Beam casks. It's owned by Rémy Cointreau. Again, massive French company. I don't know if they're based in France now, but
Mais oui. Jean-Luc is probably who we should ask.
Yeah. Now, sorry, I'm way ahead of myself. The colour is really just nice and pale, nice and light. On the legs, very, very quick. Look at them, really right. But on the nose, you get now the second nose of it. But again, I don't think it's so intense.
I don't think it is. No.
So let's have a look on the flavour map.
Yes, let's have a look.
Light, smoky. I would say it's up here by Ardbeg.
Right.
There. On the palate, it's certainly got to push it into here, 107 ppm. When you know the ppms, you know it's got to go up there anyway. So it's got to be up the top corner here beside Ardbeg. Right away. So on the nose, vanilla,
ice, baby.
It's silly. There's a bit caramel coming through that, Graham. Fruit, gooseberry.
I get cut grass.
I'm getting plum as well. Again, and believe it or not, I'm getting a wee bit. Green apples. Yep, definitely getting that there, nice and light. Not a Granny Smith, like the Oban Little Bay. It's a bit more of a golden delicious. It's a bit sweeter. There is a sweetness to it, and I'm getting a bit Christmas cake from it as well. Not in the dry fruit, like on the ice and the marzipan sort of. Nice. Difficult to describe. Well, now I think marzipan, I say it to myself, it's clearer. See what anybody thinks of that. That's quite a bizarre one. Anyway, Slange, Octomore. This is the first time I've tasted Octomore, so looking forward to it. I've really been looking forward to this since we ordered it about a month ago.
Oh, no. Lovely jubbly. What are you thinking to that, folks? Holy smoke, really?
That really hits you. That does hit you. On the nose, it was surprisingly mild.
Yep.
But first hit you get is just intense peat smoke.
Still there.
It's still there, but sweetening down. I'm getting a bit berries. I'm getting a lovely vanilla. The dryness of the vanilla. Somebody say put the vanilla pod in your mouth. You get that sweetness and the dryness. The dryness hit me first, but a bit sweeter now. Caramel.
Yep.
Getting softer and softer on the finish. Real long finish. After the finish, I'm going to have another sip of that, Graham, because I think the first one is going to really bite you, but the second one.
Julie Ramsey's saying sweet, but a wee touch of a coup field. Is that no? Because you've got your window open.
That'll be the horses on the racecourse. No, try it a second time, Julie. Take your second. Yeah, it's actually sweeter, and the bite on the peat, the smoke. I'm trying to describe what it is.
Brian Johnston's liking that.
Yeah. It's not like a barbecue wood cigar sort of smoke. You get the tobacco leaf of that. It's damn well intense, but the sweetness coming through the back end.
Susie's liking it. Hey, what was he saying? Jamie Thorne's talking about me again because he's saying I'm hot. That's a Bobby Dazzler Susie Innes says.
Certainly, Jamie.
Very oily, James.
Yeah, you're talking about spices, chili coming through there.
Definitely chili, sweet chili sort of thing.
Yeah, sweet chili jam.
Caramelized sugar.
But you're getting the sweetness.
Definitely. So
out of the water.
Nice.
The water makes a massive difference.
I was going to say that water in that is an absolute stonker, folks.
Yeah, it takes from almost chewing coal. Really intense bite in the first mouthful.
We've got black teeth.
But I think the water opens the sweetness to it. You're getting the fruits coming from it. They're a bit citrus now. The caramel, vanilla.
Yeah. Everybody's preparing the second taste.
Yeah, definitely a second taste. A massive, massive difference. A bit salty. Tropical fruit. Pineapple. I'm getting pineapple, peach, mango. Tropical sort of fruit. Even banana to an extent, I could say there. No green bananas.
Bananas, a green banana.
No, you get that right sweet fruit sort of thing coming through. And that's with the water. I didn't get that on the neat side, with a touch of water. But the finish is just, wow. It's just really, really...
it's a cracker. It's a cracker.
It's an acquired taste. It's certainly one I wouldn't want any more than 1, maybe 2 grams of.
Speak for yourself.
Well, that's
because he's buying, so you'll even get one.
It's quite intense. A good winter warmer, sitting by a nice coal fire, open fire, having a good steak or something like that, with a steak and pepper sauce. Have that way after it, I think would really work great with food.
I'm looking to see what Dave Moorhead said, because I know he doesn't like the peaty ones.
All right, okay.
Maybe he's fallen off his seat.
He probably has, it's probably choked him.
Gordon Smith's not a big fan of it either.
No, it's either for you or it's not. And either ones that are, but I think we've had a lot of requests for right peaty ones, and we've got to make up for it next month. You guys who didn't like the peaty ones.
You know what? For the price, and you're getting to try this. It's certainly, and it's a 50ml as well. So
believe it or not, 2 minutes, 3 minutes down the line, I'm getting grapefruit coming through now. Yeah, which is interesting with the brew claddie, the classic laddie.
Yeah,
is grapefruit, pineapple, and that thing. So I'm getting a real tropical fruit, but with the smoke still there. There's still a lot of smoke there, but it gets a seal of approval from me, Graham. Absolutely. It gets a seal of approval, Graham. Not that much. Calm down. I forgot what I was going to say now.
It's a seal of approval. Right, Stephen Johnston, the sweetness is great in the one. I think he prefers it without water. Susie Ennis is 312. I think I could be following suit there. Julie, the first lady, says, don't normally like peaty ones, but I like this one. The Mano need a whiskey tasting on the beach with a fire on. Yep. Michael Kelman's a 1, 2, and a 3. Doogie Stevens, 3, 2, 1. And what's the old Tatty Peel going for?
Tatty Peel, believe it or not, even though Madeira generally is one of my favourites, and I just love that, but there's just something lacking, I think, in Inchmurrin there. Graham, 1, 3, 2 for me today.
I thought you might go for that. I was toiling between these two,
right.
And I think I've got, I do like my peat. I'd probably have that first and then move on to that, as some of you said.
Yeah.
But I just think for the knocking out of the park.
You wouldn't go the other way.
No, exactly.
Yeah. But when you say it, so 3, 1, 2 for you. So 1, 3, 2 for me. The interesting point is, I think there'll be as many people, because Octomore is what it is. It's very smoky, very peaty. It's an acquired taste, more so as general single malt is. But when you take value for money,
definitely
less than half the price. To be honest with you, so yeah.
Oh, we're just waiting for the results coming in from Sweden. Oh. Yes, what is this? 9.9, 9.9. No, Sweden says, when I find them, 213.
213. Interesting,
213. Yep. So 2.
Gordon, it's the first time you've joined us. We say this every single week. We do tastings. You know, it's very much a personal choice. Everybody has their own views. Enjoy it. Just enjoy the whiskies that you have. Yeah, they're all great whiskies. I don't think they always say there's no such thing as a bad single malt Scotch whiskey. Just some are better than others. That's my theory with it as well. So yeah, fabulous, 3 great whiskies, really, really good whiskies. I was worried I would never be able to pull after I tasted the Oban. After the first one, I thought it was definitely going to be a joint first between that, because I thought it would take a bit of beating. Yeah. But no, the Octomore's pushed the Inchmurrin down to 3rd place. So hey,
Crazy Kev's 213 with his woolly hat on in the living room there.
You got your hat on, Kev?
Aye, make sure you take a picture of your hat and your whiskey, send it to us so we can get it onto this tasting on Wednesday. That's excellent.
Oh, I'm still getting a wee bit peat, but fruitiness. It's a real long finish. Yes.
Carry on.
You want to speak?
Did I speak?
You introduce it. This is where it's great. We get the bonus. Remember 2 weeks ago, folks, the director's dram for next tasting. We don't do it because you're paying £45 anyway for the 3. And I can't. I've got an idea. I can't remember what the next one is next month. I'll tell you what the expensive one is. But the director's dram for 2 weeks' time is a Tomatin Decades 2. Yeah. Remember, it's over 50 years, different whiskies from all that thing. It is an expensive bottle of whiskey.
Is it £160
for the bottle? £160.
Yeah, £160
a bottle plus VAT. But it's £15 for a double of 50 mils. And Graham said here, I think he's about £12 for a 25 mil in a pub, but he's an expensive bugger. We all know that.
No, I'm cheap.
No, seriously, that's quite cheap. Yeah. It's a great price, £15. I'll be quite honest with you, we're paying about £13-14 for it. Yeah. As we buy it in. So it's not for us to make money. It's to try and get some better whiskies, get everybody involved in whiskies, better quality whiskey, shall I say, better price. So £15 for a 50 mil. Order it with your packs for 2 weeks' time. We'll talk about it for the promo video as well. But it's Tomatin Decades 2. So we get the pleasure of having another wee taste, GB. I like this once a month because we get to taste it twice. So we maybe a £400 bottle.
Oh, I know. Aye.
Now that's quite interesting. I just nosed the bottle there, and I can't remember what was on it 2 weeks ago. But it was a lot of caramel, honey, and toffee. But just on the first nose after the Octomore, it was really rich and sweet. Yeah. And the tropical fruit, some fruit coming in there. So Tomatin, it's halfway between Inverness and Aviemore, as we say. It's a nice wee distillery. And what is it called again? Kubokken.
Kubokken
is their expression. Their Peter Graham likes that. It's the peaty expressions, and the Kubokken is the ghost dog. The story of the ghost dog. You have too many whiskies, you see that ghost dog on your way home when you're up in Inverness. It's a lovely distillery. It's owned by a Japanese company, Yakazama, or whatever, I can't pronounce it. My English is bad enough for it's my Japanese to pronounce him. But lovely whiskey. Director's Ram we're going to do in 2 weeks' time. Join us for that one. But just very quickly to give you some ideas of the nose. Toffee, caramel, dried fruit. And then getting the sherry, is sherry matured in the colour.
It's a crack.
I'm trying to think what the ABV of it is, Graham. It's 46 alcohol by volume. And it's different whiskies from casks over a period of 50 years. Martin Innes, you'll need to buy some of that because it's not quite as good as your 30-year-old it gave us a taste of. I forgot what that tasted like, man. You got any left? We could trade some in, but yeah. But worth buying for you to compare. Because there'll be 30-year-old Tomatins in this, because it goes back to the 70s, some of it. So, it's great. But on the nose, wonderful sherry, caramel. I'm just trying to think of the fruit is coming through there, Graham.
Not bananas.
No, it's not bananas.
No bananas.
Raisins, some dried fruit.
Yeah.
Grapes. I'm getting a bit grapes there.
I could crush a grape.
Sweet grape coming through.
Yeah,
I'm kind of struggling with it now at the moment.
Yeah, because of the
Octomore. I'm really struggling with the nose on it. So it's a great classic whiskey, expensive whiskey. It is what it is. You're not going to get at that price, about 160 quid a bottle,
never
you're not going to get
no
a bad whiskey, seriously. But Slange, I'm going to have another wee taste there.
That's it.
I'm looking forward to the proper tasting in
That's
2 weeks'
it.
time.
And we've still got some packs left for Wednesday night, folks. If you do want them, get in touch. I can probably post them out to you. There's been a massive uptake on it. If you do want it, get in touch, send me a text or email us in, and Tatty Peel can tell us. And it's £20 and we'll get it shipped to you, delivered as well.
Have we got to tell them what we're doing for it though? It's the four corners.
Well, I was going to say that earlier on, but we were pressed for time. It's the Four Corners whiskey, which is through the Johnny Walker. And with Johnny Walker Experience going to Edinburgh, they've heavily invested into the experience of Princess Street, but they've also invested in the 4 distilleries around Scotland, which is
Glenkinchie,
Coila,
Clynelish, and Cardew. Yeah, so they're the 4 main malts which go into Johnny Walker brand from there. So we're doing, as I say, sponsored by Diageo, which is fantastic to do that. Really help us because we're raising money for the Scottish Licensed Trade Association, Ben, which is a benevolent fund for old characters like him. So yeah, it's a great cause. You know, the licensed trades had a real tough time in the last year. So is the tourist trade, but hey ho, I'm fortunate. I'm wealthy.
I'm
on the rich side. But no, it's a great cause, and there is licensees who are struggling with that. So the Ben, I can go back with Stuart Rossman, who's the managing director of Belhaven Brewery. I used to play golf and bowls with Stuart for the Ben all over the country, because when he was sidekicks, one of the directors, David Broadhurst, was a member of Haddon Bowling Club Estate in Haddington. So Dave used to take me. So I go back 30 odd years with the Ben. So it's a charity I know of from there.
For people that have fallen on hard times that are in the...
I'm going to have another wee taste of this.
You have a wee shift of that.
I put a touch of water in it. I'm struggling with the palate after the Octomore, but I'm getting the toffee, I'm getting the raisins. I'm getting some wonderful fruits going on there, tropical fruits now. It's better. With a touch of water.
And Martin's just poured himself one of those tomatoes into a 1 litre bottle, for one for Neil and one for me.
Oh, you're a star, Martin! You're a star! I'll be on the way home.
Yeah, we'll get there. That's fine.
I'll tell you what, a litre between us is plenty, Martin.
We'll drop you one of these and as well, just to balance up.
We'll trade it in. We'll give Susan a wee drammy gin or something like that.
I've got a wee bit of something here. I've got 70 gins here anyway, so perfect.
No, I just... If I remember correctly, I just want to tell you the expensive whiskey 4 weeks tonight is Annandale Distillery, which is I think it's the most southerly distillery in Scotland, down in, I think it's just outside Gretna, down in Dumfries area.
Right,
It's down there, and it's one of the first releases, and it's a brand new one called, I think it's called Man of Sword. I saw it. It's a limited edition, the first release. And I've never tasted it, never nosed it, because we've not opened the bottles yet. But I thought we're going to have a touch of that. So, Man of Sword, again, it's about £140 a bottle or thereabouts from there, including the VAT. So, really, really great. Whiskies tonight have been fantastic. Tomatin, I liked it. As I say, Martin's 30-year-old. I remember the lemon sherbet in that 30-year-old Martin.
I forgot what it tasted like. He guzzled it. I got you.
Absolutely fantastic. So, I've really enjoyed the whiskies again. I was keen to taste that Octomore, Graham. As I say, it's the first time I've had an Octomore. Quite enjoyed it. It's what I would describe it. I wouldn't say I really enjoyed it, but certainly one for the future, and I will drink it again.
That's it. So next meeting or next dial in is the 7th of May. Obviously, we've got the charity one on Wednesday. You're more than welcome. But the next one's the 7th of May, and then followed up by the 21st of May for the big Boona. So that's it.
Yep.
Happy Tatty Peel. Hopefully you all enjoyed yourselves. Thank you for dialing in.
We've only got one shirt, so we'll need to go home and get that washed and ironed for Wednesday.
And that's a good point. If anybody wants shirts, go on the internet, get them ordered, and we will have them for you as quick as we can, because we've got stuff coming. Excellent. Right, Tatty Peel, thank you all. We really appreciate it. And what are we going to say?
Like us, love us, share us.
That's correct.
You can love me, but you can't
love him.
That's a face only a mother could love.
Could love that. He fell out the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down. But anyway, just to say, thank you very much. And what are we going to say?
Slange.